Greetings, Keishley, Skeech Prime here with another My Hero Academia Powerup video. Today we're doing Tetsutetsu Tetsutetsu, aka Real Steel from Class 1B. And I could see him being called like the metallic or the metal hero, Real Steel once he goes pro. But with all the power-up videos, I do equipment, general power-up concepts, super moves, and because it's My Hero Cork Evolution. To kick off equipment, we have the Flame Gauntlets. These gauntlets have like a surface on them, like a few different patches that work like a match. So he just strikes them, ignites them, and now he has like literal firepower, because as we found out in the joint training session, he can resist even Todoroki's flames. So like heat does not seem to bother him when in iron form. So I thought, why not use that? And then plus it just gives him like fire burning damage when he does melee attacks. Next is the Special Iron Supplement. This is a custom blend supplement that breaks down in his system real quickly to replenish iron levels, because his quirk relies on the iron in his body. And we learned this in the sports festival, that like as he uses his quirk, it starts to burn through his system, and then his quirk will get weaker as he uses it. So I thought this is a way to quickly get his levels back up, especially, once you go pro and you can't just necessarily always have time to go get a high iron diet meal, So it'd be something to give him a pick-me-up. Next is the Hero Strength Metal Polish. This is a high quality metal polish. More on it later. But like I could see him using this as like a advertising gimmick where he's like, made for metal but strong enough for a hero, and then he like rubs himself down and then he just shines and blinds out the camera. And we've seen heroes do that, like Ryukyu. She's like in either TV or advertisements of some kind. I can't quite remember. Next is the Tetsutetsu chain. This is like a thick industrial chain belt that he wears. Again, more on it later. Next is general power-up concepts. The first is a full course of him just like learning the basic like kachras or stances of the frog and or toad style of kung fu. These particular styles are like, they involve like bone breaking kicks, leaping collisions, takedowns, throws, spear hand strikes, and raking attacks. And I thought, this would be good when you have a metal body. So, and plus it just all around improves his fighting style. He may develop a fighting style like Tetsu Toad style or something, which, funny enough, I do have things for that. But yeah, not really funny, is it? But yeah, so it just improves his hand-to-hand combat so that he's a more efficient hero. Next is minor fingernail growth. If he even grows his fingernails just slightly, it would allow him to have a cutting edge with his hands when in iron form. Simple as that. Next is light refraction. Utilizing the natural light reflecting properties that metal has, I thought you could get some uses out of this. So why not? More on that later. Next up is super moves. First up we have the chain lock. This is a grapple move where he uses like his steel body's like great strength and durability to just kind of lock someone into place as if they're being tied up with chains. Next is heavy metal slam. This is like a two ways he could use this. Like he goes full on wrestler with it, where he like jumps off from a car and just body slams them, or goes football player and just mows through someone with a tackle. Next is metallic flash. This one takes the refracting principles of metal, and he applies like some of the polish on, and then he can flash light off of himself. This can be used to blind, distract the target, or signal an ally if like comm systems aren't available, or if they're doing more like discreet work. So yeah, as a signal. Next is Refractor Beam. Okay, this works very similar to the Metallic Flash, but like say he's fighting someone that uses energy beams, like Aoyama, for instance. He shoots a beam, Tetsutetsu blocks it, but then he reflects the beam back at Aoyama or to another object in the area. So he, by proxy, now has a beam attack. And next is the series of attacks from the Tetsu Toad style. First is the Tetsutetsu blade. This is taking like the fingernails, and now he has like a cutting blade. He can then kind of like do a devastating like chopping, or like a karate chop kind of thing. But now he has a cutting edge on it, and with his metal body, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Plus, you can also stab with it, as you might. Next is the heavy metal headbutt. Given that his hair also goes full on metal, I thought if he delivers a headbutt, that's gonna like spear you 6 ways to Sunday. So why not do that? So yeah, like using the leaping tactics of the Toad and Frog styles. He just kind of like gets down into like a squatting position and then lurches forward at you, delivering a powerful headbutt. Next is the rapid spear. Now this is with the fast knife hand jabs of the Frog and Toad style combined with his fingernail growth and everything. He just delivers like a rapid combo of attacks. Next is the Shredder Claw. This is essentially just the fingernails, and he rakes them across whatever surface. Again, from the Toad and Frog styles. And finally, we have the Wrecking Ball combo. This is where he employs the assistance of a strong ally. This is where the belt comes into play. He uses the Tetsutetsu chain. He essentially like curls himself into a ball holding on to one end of the chain, and then say like Kurishima, for instance, takes the other end. He whirls him around like not a cannonball, but a wrecking ball, and then he's effectively a flail. So I thought that would just be a fun combo move with somebody. And finally, we have the Cork Evolution segment. I thought of a couple of them, one being Limited Transformation, because he's a transformative type of Cork user, so his whole body goes metal when he activates and everything, and I thought, what if he could limit that? Because then that would help keep him efficient over a longer period of time, because he's not having to like burn his iron levels to do his whole body. He could just like do one arm, attack a weak enemy, take them out, and then he didn't have to waste any more energy or iron in the process. Next is Layered Steel. Now this is taking the limited transformation, but applying it in a way where like instead of, just ironing up like say an arm, he can then apply even more of the iron in his body to make it even sturdier, stronger, and more durable. And then that's going to hit way harder, whatever he chooses to, iron up at that time. And kind of a fun little segment here at the end, because I like to do these from time to time. I kind of picked up on something during the forest training arc with him and Kendo when they were saving the students and everything. So I thought, if they ever were to become a couple, what would their children be like? And as the story goes, it would probably be like giant iron gauntlets. So their kids would just be like wrecking people with giant metal hands. It was a random thought. They would look like a cute couple, I would think. They seemed to have like a chemistry when they were saving the other students, and like there felt like there was something there. That might have just been me reading further into it than it actually was. But, let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. And let me know your thoughts and opinions on this video. Any ideas you've had, let me know down below. And check out all my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Follow my social media so that you can always stay in the loop with all my content, because like I stream on Twitch and I'll tweet it out live, so there you go. Part of a couple podcasts, the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, and the Weekly Manga podcast with Griever. check out their channels. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Keyslings, roll out!